And here she is, Noelle Maritz. Noelle, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
And you're coming in on your day off as well, which we're super grateful for. But just tell us about your average day off. Other than coming in here, what would it generally look like?
I just have quite a relaxed morning. Maybe like get up around 9 a.m. I'd say. Just get a few things done around the house and then have a nice breakfast, maybe meet up with some teammates. And yeah, today I'm gonna go play some paddle later on as well. So
And this is something you are in approval.
Yes.
You've got a lot of approval for.
Yeah, it's one of the most up-and-coming sports. I mean, I play a little bit myself. I wouldn't say I'm very good at it, but you must be good.
I'm all right. I'd say like quite average. I mean, I played a few times, haven't played in a while. That's why, I need to get some practice in again.
Yeah. So otherwise, then it's just kind of chill out, let yourself recover, but also keep yourself busy at the same time with a few other little sports. But
Still do something active. So. Yeah.
And do you enjoy that kind of having to get your head away from football?
Yeah, it's nice. Just to kind of like do something else, think about something else. I like to do different kinds of sports and just reset a bit and then get ready for.
Are you actually allowed to do that? I mean, obviously you are because you're going to go and play today. But
It's a good time to find out now.
You do. I mean, obviously, being an ex-player myself, you was always not supposed to do certain things. I mean, everyone's fine with that coaching staff and the manager. And everything.
I mean, I guess it's just finding kind of the right balance.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to play for 7 hours. It's just going to have a good hour of paddle and some fun, and then I guess then more based and focus on recovery and rest, of course.
So we're going to take this right back to the beginning because this is a podcast all about you. I've got to ask, have you done many podcasts before?
Not too many. I've done maybe like 2 or 3, so still quite new to the podcast.
Oh, well,
I'd say.
It's full like spotlight on you for this one. So we are just going to take it right back to the beginning, working it in chronological order. So of course, you've got a fascinating start to your life. Grew up in America, but of course with Swiss family, though, am I right in saying?
Yeah.
So the first 10 years of your life in America, what were your early memories at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was just still so young. It's like kind of hard to remember everything. But like I grew up in Newport Beach, California, like right by the beach.
Amazing.
That was always really fun. Like we would always go down to the beach or go sailing and just do stuff like that. So
why would you want to come
unique.
to England if you bet?
I know.
How
I know where I'd rather be.
Yeah. So it was always an active childhood, out and about. Do you have any siblings,
I
brothers?
have an older brother, yeah.
That'll do it then.
Yeah.
So were you very much sort of raised alongside him as a tomboy, or just was it just sport to the fore?
Yeah, more like a tomboy kind of thing. And he would always also just play football or like go to the skate park, and I'd just be always there with him, just kind of wanting to always do what he kind of
Was he
did.
good at football?
Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah?
He was a goalkeeper,
right,
like my dad as well in his good years when he was a footballer. But yeah, I didn't really like the goalie side, so I was.
So did you just stick him in goal and take shots at him? And,
Exactly. Yeah, that was more fun for me.
Give him a lot of credit now.
Yeah,
how
exactly.
you progressed then. So football at that point for you, were you playing for a club, or how did it sort of start off?
Yeah, I feel like in America, like you start quite quickly just to join like your local club. So I think I was 4 or 5 when I already was on a girls team even. So that was always quite special.
I'm always intrigued with how the increase of the women's game's gone. Obviously it's magnificent, but obviously you coming through sort of as a youngster in America. Have you noticed obviously the massive difference of being in America and obviously coming to England of how different is there much difference? Was there much difference?
Yeah, I just feel like at that time there was just so many girls that wanted to play or were already in clubs, and it was always like, the girls play with the girls because there was always so many. And when I went to Switzerland, I quite quickly then played with boys, like the under 13s, 14s, and 15s, because there wasn't a lot or good enough girls teams around. And I feel like in America it's just so different. Like
And that was a push you had. Did you have that drive? Obviously, playing with the boys, did it intimidate you at all?
I feel like in the beginning it did, and it's always, I feel like, quite a special feeling because you're the only girl. I mean, even like if you play the opponent and everyone's like, oh, they have a girl on their team, so it is quite like a special feeling. But I think it was like for my development and everything, I think that was the best thing that I could have done those 3 years.
Did you find anyone, like when you played with the lads or playing against the lads, did you find they never really wanted to tackle you, or was that ever anything that you ever noticed, or was you just kicking people?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Let them know, yeah.
I was already an aggressive defender back then. But no, I feel like maybe like in the beginning because they weren't too used to it, but I was always on the same team for those 3 years. So I feel like my team, the boys, they always they got used to it, and it was just normal that I was around.
So then, at what age do you get picked up by the Swiss national side? What age were you at that point?
So yeah, like I went to this like school where there was like, it was kind of like a football school, and I got picked for that, I think when I was maybe 13.
How did they spot you? How did they scout you?
Yeah, so there was like for every region in Switzerland, there was like a team where like the best girls would play, and then we went to this tournament, and then they would just, kind of like scout you. And then it was like, do you want to do this? Like you'd kind of have to move away from home.
At 13?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that was also quite tough because I feel like I just moved to Switzerland, was only like got used to my new school and everything, and then that happened, so moved away again from my family. So yeah, no, it was tough, but I feel like it was kind of always my dream to be like a pro footballer. So I just thought.
And at that point in Switzerland, was that an achievable aim at that stage for women? I obviously don't know the landscape at that time, what it was like in Switzerland, but did that feel a very attainable thing? The fact that you say that there was almost, a Swiss boarding school for football. So obviously there must have been some foundations there for it.
Yeah, I feel like because I grew up in America, like I always kind of looked up to Mia Hamm, and I feel like those players were already like quite big and on TV, and it was just like, oh, like I feel like that's who I looked up to. And then I was just thinking, oh, it is possible to be a pro as a woman. And yeah, I feel like then when I went to Switzerland and got that opportunity, I went for it, and I was like, this could actually happen. And I feel like the structures in Switzerland, especially going to that boarding school, it was kind of made then to develop players to actually then make that step.
And did you ever toy between your dual citizenship, between America or Switzerland? Did you ever toy with it in your head, or did you think being a part of the Swiss setup then kind of made your mind up for you?
Yeah, I feel like not really. I guess like in the back of my head, it was always kind of there. And like I said, I always looked up to a lot of players that played for Team USA. So that was, it's a kind of a dream to play for the US, but I feel like as soon as I went to this boarding school, because the Swiss national team coach actually did our sessions there, so it was a bit like, I kind of like want to do this for Switzerland, and I'm like a part of this program. I did the under 17s, under 19s, like that whole youth stuff. So I think it was just always my option then to play for Switzerland.
Did you think that looking at both national sides that you probably would have got more opportunity? Was that one of the reasons as well, or would it have just? Did you feel that you've just come through the system, you've worked with a coach, and you just felt that it was right to do that? Or?
Yeah, I think just because I went through the whole system, and like I think I gave my debut for Switzerland when I was 17, so it all happened quite quick and fast. So I don't think it was ever like too much in my head that I wanted to not play for Switzerland.
I had a similar sort of situation because my dad's Scottish, so I could have played for Scotland or England, but obviously there's only one choice, wasn't there? Because Scotland were terrible, but
exactly.
That's why I asked the question. I'm glad Alan's not here.
Yeah, oh my goodness, exactly. Imagine what he'd be saying right now. Goodness me. Because, of course, we we're going to move on to your time at Villa. That's the whole reason we're here in just a moment. But it would be massively remiss of us if we didn't talk about your time with Switzerland. And the fact now, obviously, as you say, you made your debut at 17, fourth on the all-time list, 133 appearances. But I want to talk to you about your first cap at the age of 17, which is just so mind-blowing for me. Do you remember it?
Yeah, we were at the Cyprus Cup and it was like, I don't know, I think there were like maybe 10 people in the stands. So it was just like one of those tournaments that you go to, like one of those pre-camp kind of things where you have, I don't know, 3 or 4 friendlies. But yeah, no, when I got the call up that I was getting picked for the camp, I was, so happy and so excited to be already a part of the seniors national team at such a young age. And yeah, I don't even remember the game that much, but I just I think it's it's just an incredible feeling when you're standing on the pitch and you can they play your national anthem and yeah, you're next to all these superstars. I remember Laura Dickenmann or Ramona Bachmann. I always looked up to them when I was 14, 15, and then just playing alongside them was it was a special moment.
And how did they bring you into the camp? Did they make you feel welcome? Because it's always sometimes intimidating. You go into a camp so young, especially 17, and then you're going, these are sort of my idols that I've looked at and I've strived to be to. How was that?
Yeah, I think you're always quite nervous, especially for your first camp and then all these new surroundings and new players that that you've already seen on TV and watched them play. But no, everyone was really welcoming and really nice. And I already knew a few players from my youth national teams. So yeah, but of course you're nervous and a bit maybe not intimidated, but it's just it's a cool feeling to.
It's a good nerve.
Yeah.
And obviously the Swiss national team has come such a long way as well in such a short space of time. And talking about the Euros this summer as well, again, we have to talk about this, a home tournament. No one's played more tournament games for Switzerland than you have. How was that for you, bringing it home in that way? It was fantastic to watch, and the way that Switzerland was celebrated as well. But how was it for you?
Yeah, no, it was incredible. I think above all our expectations. I feel like we talked about it a lot before the tournament that, of course, it would be a good atmosphere and ticket sales were going really well beforehand. But I don't think anyone expected that it would blow up that much. And just to see all these fan walks in the streets and how many people supported us, and just in general, so many fans came even from the away teams. And yeah, I think everyone really enjoyed it, and I had so much positive and good feedback, and that's always nice to hear. And
it's amazing how big it's actually got, hasn't it? You just touched on making your debut at 17 and playing in front of 10 people, and now,
in the eyes of the world.
Yeah, but I think it's amazing to see how the game has grown so quick, and that it's still going in such a good direction. You can see it in England and at our games, just how much the fans and people are invested in coming to the games. That's so nice to see just how it progressed over the years.